6 o'clock, opening the meeting. John, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I guess I need glasses. Okay, we have several sets of minutes to approve. The first are the September 24th regular amended meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 October 9th, 2018 work session. Is there a motion?
I move that those minutes be approved as written.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 October 9th, 2018 non-public work session. Is there a motion?
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, October 9th, 2018 regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
Make a motion we accept the minutes as written.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The Select Board will meet on the following dates. We'll have our regular meetings on Monday, November 5th and November 26th, 2018 at 6 p.m. Work sessions prior to the regular meeting will start at 5. The town offices will be closed on Monday, November 12th, 2018 in observance of Veterans Day, and there will be a ceremony in the front of the town hall starting at 10:30 a.m., and all are welcome. All of the above meetings will be held in the town hall unless otherwise posted, and citizens wishing to be listed on the Select Board's agenda should notify the town hall before 12 p.m. on the Friday before the scheduled meeting. Alternate members are always needed to fill positions on the zoning and planning boards, and if you're interested, please submit a letter of intent to the Plymouth Select Board's office at 6 Post Office Square in Plymouth. Now we have several appointments, and the first is Scott Strickland. He's going to be appointed as the full-time Plymouth State University PSU officer. Steve Temperino, you want to?
Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce to you Scott Strickland. Scott is one of the most local police officers I've ever known, we've ever had. Scott went to Plymouth Elementary School, Plymouth Regional High School. After high school, he spent 20 years in the Air Force as a military police officer. Upon retiring for that, he joined the Holderness Police Department, and recently made application with the Plymouth State University Police Department. So he has gone through all of the background requirements. The appointment has been briefed by the Plymouth Police Chief, and I'd like to introduce him to you tonight and see if you have any questions of him. So,
Thanks, Steve.
It's fine.
And we've had a couple of weeks to, look at this and review it, and we approve it as well, as you stated. So thank you very much. And, so Scott, do you have any words?
No, I'd just like to thank the chief for giving me the opportunity to come work for the university.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great.
And we have the letter of approval. Tomorrow, or whenever. All right. We have a letter from Mark McGlone, Letter of intent for reappointment to the Parks and Rec Commission.
It was attached to that.
Yeah, where is it?
It's attached to
Oh.
it. So that's fine.
Okay.
It was attached to Strickland's packet.
Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you. The letter states, oh goodness, there's another one attached to it. Dear Select Board members, I am writing to apply for reappointment to the Parks and Rec Board. I have served as the commissioner for the last 12 years and have enjoyed my time on the board tremendously. I have been an active member serving on the Budget Committee and helping to organize the Family Fun Festivals as well as our sponsored summer concerts on the Common. In closing, I hope to get a chance to continue serving the Plymouth community, and thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, Mark McGlone. Is there,
I move that we reappoint Mark McGlone to the Parks and Recreation Commission.
A second.
all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Congratulations, Mark. And we have a letter from Jason Duchette. And Jason writes, Dear Plymouth Select Board members, I am writing to express my desire to serve another 3 years on the Plymouth Parks and Recreation Commission. Plymouth Parks and Rec has a pivotal role in our community and has done a great job providing the town of Plymouth with numerous activities and programs. I would like to be able to keep my role in supporting our town as part of the commission. I hope you will consider my reappointment to the commission. Please feel free to call me with any questions or concerns. Sincerely, Jason Duchette. Is there a motion?
I move we reappoint Jason to the commission.
Second?
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Congratulations, Jason. We don't have Frank.
I don't see him here.
We thought we were gonna have a visitor.
Just got postponed once again till next month.
Okay,
Just received the message.
okey-doke. In that case, Joe, you wanna approach the board, and there are 2 purchase orders from Highway.
Island Street's basically just an update from last time we spoke. We're just, we just did the concrete part of the tip downs for the crosswalks.
Saw that, yeah.
And so when we pave that, then we'll have that all in place. That took some doing because the original plan, it didn't fit where we wanted it. It fell right in line with the telephone pole, so we had to go back to the drawing board. So anyway, so the fencing is, we're gonna put guardrails up. That's like $10,000. And that's gonna happen, it's scheduled for Friday.
Okay.
And
Will that be a road closure, or?
They haven't told me whether it's gonna be morning or afternoon yet. They haven't, but depending on the traffic, if, I can't close it if it's in the morning because of the school buses, and if they can get far enough off the road, we'll keep it a 1-lane traffic. If we can possibly keep it open, we will.
Okay, good.
This is heading down that section on the right
Yep,
before you get to the crosswalk.
before you get to Broadway.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had some old telephone poles there at one time,
right, yeah.
so this will look a lot better.
Probably function a lot better too.
Yeah. And so there's still, Highway put in 120 feet of some used granite curbing, 'cause we had one section that was really bad, and so it was gonna cost us the same money to have, Latour put in a bituminous curb. So we just used up some stuff that we had, and so it's actually a little bit cheaper, but So as soon as, I saw the same guy doing the sidewalks going to give them a price, and we're gonna coordinate and get all the paving done within the next couple weeks. And then after that, we should be pretty close to wrapped up on that project.
Great. Been a long one.
Right, so, but all in all, you know, we added some stuff to it after the fact, and so the sidewalk was after, and so was the curbing to keep the water directed, and so it'll work.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at with that. So, I have another purchase order. If you're all set with Highland stuff, I haven't something.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Because Joe's gonna be asking about that 41,000. Are those still gonna come out of this money too? The jobs that you just mentioned that aren't
No,
finished?
all that stuff was,
Out of the original contract?
well, it's already been, it's not the original contract, but it's been accounted for
Okay.
from that sum.
That's it.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. And then,
So we have a 2011 Ford dump truck, and for whatever reason, we had a lot of emission problems, so we were trying to get it in, and we were in and out of the shop with it, and it kept not running right for us. And then one day it just lost power altogether, and we were stranded, so we had it towed to Meredith Motors, and so they looked it over, and it came up low knock sensor, which has got to do something with the lower end and the fuel. So, long story short, the motor failed, so there's no fixing it, and I can't really give you a diagnosis of it without spending, a fair amount of money, and which I don't have. I mean, I could do it, but I'd rather take the money and go forward and try to put a used motor in there, because a new motor is like 15,000. So we found a used one for just $9,340, but that comes with a 1,500 core charge, so we'll get that back. And then the other part of the bill is for the guy to pull out the old motor and install the new one and hook everything up so it's running. We tried looking at used trucks, and for the money that we're gonna spend, we would've got a pretty rough truck and something that we didn't know. And this way, there's I wanna say I should know, but I don't. There's a warranty on that motor, a short-term warranty on the motor we're buying. And so we know what we got as we're buying it, and we'll have enough time to know whether it's gonna run for us or not. And
Like in the ballpark of 30 days, maybe, or?
no, I think it's more. I think it's more like 90 days.
So the core charge 1,500 is going to be given back?
Yeah. Yeah, once we pull the motor out and
Gets
give them
it,
the
right?
old motor.
so the whole thing would be like 14,000.
Less than a brand-new motor?
Yeah.
So,
Have we used Smitty's before?
no, but we have used the other guy.
Yeah.
Yes, we have used Smitty's, but we have not used the St. James Auto. But they're reputable people. I mean, that's what they do for a living. They pick up vehicles and they turn them over, and that's their specialty. So, I mean, we shopped all around, and they were the best bargain. So, my foreman did a lot of research and homework to find that one. And there was no guarantee. I mean, we were gonna have to leave a pretty good deposit, so we just figured we'd take a chance and make sure, hopefully it would be there. Because they sell as fast as they come in. Because obviously there's other things going on with other people's trucks.
Right. And Paul, you got a question?
On top of these numbers, do we owe Meredith Ford any money?
At this point, I think we just owe them a towing charge, which is, kind of separate. We would just,
Not thousands of dollars.
nope, we put them on hold. We told them to stop. They were gonna try to diagnose this for us, but I told them I didn't want to do that.
So they don't have the truck now?
So, yeah, we're down a truck.
Right, but where's the truck is
It's
physically,
like Meredith Ford.
It's sitting at Meredith Motors, so as soon as this happens, we'll probably take it over to Smitty's.
Alright.
So he can work on it.
how long do you think you'll be down?
I'm just guessing 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the most. We gotta get the motor here, and then we haven't scheduled it with this guy, because we needed to make sure that the money was secure first. But once we schedule it, we'll be cutting it close,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Do I have to send them a deposit tomorrow to hold that?
yep.
If we approve it.
Hmm?
If we
If you
approve it.
approve it. Just trying to figure out how much money we got.
Any more discussion? Well then, is there a motion to, is there a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the purchase order for St. James Auto and Truck Parts for $10,840, of which we'll get $1,500 back on the core charge. And we want to do both of them together. And Smitty's diesel repair in the sum of $4,936.30
Is there a second?
for
Oh, go ahead.
installation.
Yeah, a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So you gotta guarantee there's no more problems with trucks, okay?
On a good note, our international is up and running. We got,
Finally, huh?
yep, and so far it sounds good, and we're in the green. So far, so good.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna
keeping our fingers crossed, and
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, really.
check it and baby it through a little break in here or something?
yeah, no, well, this is the same guy that Smitty's that's going to do that work, and he's very reputable. This truck sounds better than it ever has, so
Oh, yeah?
I think it's had an issue for a long, long time.
It probably has, and when you do that, you just wear out other parts, it just,
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Joe.
thank you.
Yeah, go
On the
ahead.
PSU update, before the purchase orders, we do have Mr. Collingwood here from PSU.
Am I looking at a wrong, or a, old?
No, he wasn't here, it's not on
Put
there.
on the agenda.
I'm sorry, it's on mine, right above visitors, right above Frank.
Oh, okay, PSU update.
Very good. Okay, going back to a previous item, Marlon, would you like to give us a PSU update?
Well, thank you. I thought maybe I was off the hook, and yeah, exactly. Couple of things, I just wanted to mention a couple things that I think would be interesting to the select board, but also the public. With the change in our academic calendar, our semester this year will end a week earlier than it has in the past. So the last day of classes in December is Friday the 14th, and students will be returning a week earlier. The first day of classes will be January 22nd. So in the past, we've been a week behind on both of those. So that's the new schedule there. Two public events that we want people to know is open and welcome for folks to come to campus. On Wednesday, this Wednesday at 2 p.m., we will be having a bench dedication for James and Nancy Hogan right across from Merrill Place in our Peace Garden there at 2 o'clock. Everyone's welcome. There'll be refreshments afterwards to remember the Hogans. And then on November the 9th, Friday, the Friday before Veterans Day, we are closed on Veterans Day, is our Veterans Day celebration and service at 11:45 on campus at our Veterans Memorial right across the street from the Hub and right near Prospect. And the public's welcome to attend that as well. And hockey season opens October 30th, believe it or not.
Woo, good.
So, that thus begins our winter sports. And an update, we've been talking to the landlords about when we're going to reconvene Campus Community Council. If you'll remember, last year we had very few people attending. Sometimes I think it was only us who were there. So I think we're going to try to do them every quarter or every other month. I'm waiting to hear back. We will have one in November, so I'll get you a date on that. It'll probably be the second Tuesday in November, and then we'll look at how we're going to do them going into the new year. We won't have one in December. But there's a view that we've been having them every month and not a lot of people attend, that perhaps it's better to do them every 2 months. So, welcome
Has
to,
there been one scheduled
Election
since you guys got back?
there has not been one.
Okay.
No, we have not had one.
Right.
Is that the second Tuesday?
I would, if you're thinking of
It's the first.
quarterly or every other month, I would push for every other month.
So I think that's where we're going to end up. And I think we'll do a better job. I think we'll get more people if we don't have them every month, because I think there'll be more reasons to come, perhaps. So we'll plan our first one to be in November, and then we'll do one in January, and then March and May.
Okay. I know our chiefs have been asking if
Yes.
there's a schedule yet, so.
Yeah, so I'll have that, I hope, by the end of the week. I'm waiting to hear back from two of our other key landlords, who are really the ones who
Yep.
often come. So, but if you think every other month makes sense, I agree.
I would push for that, but
Good.
Yeah.
And then President Burke's, at your request, will start coming monthly. And his first date, I believe we set, was Tuesday, the 10th of December. November really didn't work schedule-wise with our calendar, but he's set to be here on your, the 10th of December for your select board meeting.
Okay, very good.
Anything else? Questions, comments?
Hmm?
And I will plan to be here to do these updates every time.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Thank
So
you.
much.
How's the hockey team going to be this year?
They're going to be pretty good. Football team's doing pretty well as well. So.
All right.
All right, thanks, Marlon. So the next item on the agenda is tax rate versus assessments.
That was just to explain to the public that people are getting their not renewal notices.
Assessments.
Their assessment values.
Yep.
And not to be confused with what the impact of the tax rate might do to them. There's still half of the equation that's missing. Believe they might be pleasantly surprised, because your value did go up, but if the taxes go down, that's the utopia that you're looking for. You don't want to own anything where the value keeps going down on it. You wouldn't want your car's value to go down. It's your house should be able to be an investment that continues to grow, and the tax rate hopefully will more than compensate that as it comes down.
Realistically, we're not spending any more money than we ever have in the past, at least 5
No,
years.
the budget,
we've been
it's the
staying.
same budget.
Yeah.
which
and
is
we
the
haven't
fact
gone up in
that-
5 years, so.
And we're not allowed to give out that number tonight, but because the overall value of the town has gone up, that should drive the tax rate down.
Yep.
But that half of the equation, we're just not allowed to put out there yet. So I know there's a panic because everybody's seeing their values go up. Again, that should be a good thing, especially if you have plans in the future of selling your house. Really hard to sell a house when your assessment value is much lower than what you're asking for.
Okay.
So hopefully the state's right and our numbers are right, and we'll see what the tax rate is. And I believe 3 weeks from now, probably.
So you're getting quite a few phone calls? Is that it? or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Paul. Are there any committee reports?
We had planning board meeting last Thursday, and they had one minor subdivision, 12-acre lot. For their children, they broke off a 1.23-acre parcel for a homestead, and then Market Basket came for just a conceptual review and see if there were any items after they went over the basics that the town felt like needed to be addressed or something they missed. And that went very well. And one thing I might add that I didn't know they did is when Market Basket closes, half hour after closing, all the lights are shut off, so, for the parking lots, so it's,
Parking lot lights shut off?
parking lots, lights are off.
Skies.
For that one section. You'll still have, you know, the Irving and the Fairfield and some of the others. But that's what they do, because a couple of people brought up the lighting, a couple of citizens that were speaking in favor of it and wanted to check on those, but, so everything looks very well.
So Market Basket does that at other locations or just for us?
No,
They say?
no, they do that at other locations. So that's,
Are they motion lights, or are they just off?
no, they just, they have a central computer that handles all the lightings for all the stores, kind of similar to what Walmart has out of Benton, Arkansas. And so they have a computer schedule that shuts the units down.
Obviously, they figure time zones, or?
Yeah. Well, I know when I worked at Walmart, I've seen times they had the air conditioner on in December here. You know, so there was a glitch someplace, but yeah. So that went very well.
Okay. Thanks, John.
And I attended a Conservation Commission meeting. Main points of discussion were just updates on the work that's been done by the PSU groups that have been assisting primarily in cleanups of areas. And there was also some discussion about some repair work on trails that they've got at the Walter Newton area that is still ongoing. That was really about it, aside from they've gotten plastic blazes to mark the trails in the Walter Newton area, so they'll, instead of paint, they're going to have bright yellow and blue and white and I think red plastic dots on the trees, marking the trails.
Don't get
And-
lost.
Yeah, and they are not going to hold their November meeting because it was Thanksgiving week and most of them would not be present, so.
Okay. Thank you. Brian?
The Parks and Rec Commission wanted to pass along some information regarding the hours for trick-or-treating downtown, the Halloween festival, where the little kids and some big kids go trick-or-treating downtown on Main Street. That's going to be on Halloween, Wednesday, October 31st, 4:30 to 5:30 for an hour. Afterwards, the local neighborhoods open up to trick-or-treaters from 5:30 to 7:30, so trick-or-treating will be ending about 7:30 townwide. The Parks and Rec and the Pemmy Youth Center on Main Street will be having their annual haunted house, or not so scary haunted house for the little kids. And that'll be going on for the hour, 4:30 to 5:30. And they're upping the ante for Scare Factor for just a half an hour after that closes, from 5:30 to 6. So the Fall Family Fun Festival happened this past weekend. The Plymouth Fire and Rescue were there, Plymouth Police Department, Pease Public Library, and the following Main Street businesses participated in discounts and specials, sidewalk sales, and donated to the event. Biederman's Burrito Me, Dressers Unlimited, Dunkin' Donuts, Live Free and Dine, Lucky Dog, Main Street Roast Beef, M&M Scoops, Panther Pub, Peppercorns, Plymouth Ski and Sport, Rands, and the Readery. Special thank you to those businesses. At the Fall Festival, there was the first annual pumpkin ball drop for a 50-50 cash prize. They sold out their tickets. Sarah Sanborn was the big winner, and she graciously donated her $125 winning back to the Plymouth Parks and Rec, so that was pretty nice. Thank you, Sarah. Let's see. Looking forward, the annual ski and skate sale at Plymouth Elementary School, hosted by Parks and Rec, is Friday and Saturday, November 16th and 17th. And the always wonderful holiday parade is Saturday, December 1st. That's it.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yep.
'Tis the season.
Okay, we've reached the point of, are there any public comments?
Something I wanted to bring up, if I could.
Yeah.
Who's this?
My name is Barbara Sefton. I am friends with somebody who's living at the 85 Loon Lake Road house, where the Clark Family Trust had owned it. I guess had been in the trust for many years. We're both disabled vets. I was in the Navy, he was in the Army. And I know the town has taken over because of non-payment of taxes. And I didn't know if there was anything that I could do to save this property for him, because Dave Davis, who he said that his grandmother had willed it to him. He can't find the paperwork. It's in his house somewhere. It's not registered anywhere. But I didn't know if there was something I could do, taking over the property myself, or, but I found out only 3 months ago. So I've been trying everything, like calling the Easter Seals. His records were lost. My records are at the Easter Seals office, so I didn't really want to officially take over the property myself. I wanted Dave, to be able to do this, but apparently his records have been lost at the bombing of the Oklahoma building, and there are hundreds of thousands of veterans that can't seem to get their records, from what I understand. So if there was anything that I could do to extend my time, I guess we have 60 more days to figure out that what I could do without coming up with the 10 years of back taxes that the trust was supposedly paying. Mary Davis didn't let us know anything about it. Dave talked to me, because I try to be an advocate for veterans in the area, helping with paperwork or whatever, going to doctors, because they don't like to do that. And so being a vet myself, I'm trying to get him so he's not homeless, If there's anything I could do, I'd like some suggestions.
Okay, which property is this?
David Davis's property.
Oh, okay.
The Clark Family Trust, right. But in 1974, there was an annual report from the Plymouth Town Office that said some of the Clark family properties were exempt from taxes, the tax exemption for their homestead. I don't know if that has changed since then, or if there was some time that I could take to research that.
Yeah, I think I would suggest that you come into this office, at your convenience. I don't know what would work for your time, but maybe even tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be fine. What time would you like?
Are you talking about the tax collector's office or the selectman's office?
Well, the nature of the question is going to be, probably the selectman as well as the tax collector. or,
I think you're gonna have to have a meeting with the tax collector.
yeah, okay. And what are our hours again?
Apparently, a letter's gone out on October 19th that they're going to take the property. The town was going to take the property. The deed apparently has already been sent to the register, I think, and, because I've talked to Catherine in the office. I mean, I've looked into disabled veteran discount, I mean, anything, you know. He's not senior citizen, so he wouldn't be able to get that, but something that the town of Plymouth could help. Because we just found out, I mean, like I said, 3 months ago, when Mary Davis came to the property and said that, oh, we're going to take the property, tear the house down, and sell the property for $20,000 and pay the taxes and, you know, give Dave the rest that's left over. But by this time, it's well over $20,000, so, you know. And I just found this out, I think, in July, early August. So I'm trying to clean up, get the Mormon church has offered to help clean up the property, the yard. It's been getting cleaned up slowly, but we don't have a lot of help. I found out that there's not a lot of help. So that's all.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your consideration.
Well,
This is Catherine.
yep,
Uh,
That's what I kinda
We
figured.
have been looking for those records
okay.
daily, so we have found nothing. So I think we would need more time than just to show up tomorrow.
Right.
I think it's best that the Board of Selectmen, at least a couple of you, meet with the tax collector, and myself and Kathy.
I think Mary Davis has washed her hands of the place because we asked her to write a quick claim deed so that Dave could use that as collateral, possibly to borrow some money to, you know, to catch up. I mean, I've thought of everything I could think of, but I didn't know what else to do. So.
It's her property though, right?
It's the Clark Family Trust, and she's the executor of the trust, and has, when I was talking to the tax collector, they said, well, have her pay half the taxes, or possibly put something down. Dave has not been able to work for 2 years, so he's been applying for disabilities, Social Security, and I really didn't have any money to put down, to speak of at that point, but she said she wouldn't do that because she wanted something out of the property. I didn't know what she wanted. Did she want money? Did she want, I didn't know. So I haven't spoken to her since, until about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, she came and said that the town is going to take the property on October 29th or the 19th. The letter was going out, so I just didn't like to see a disabled vet homeless if they didn't have to be, you know.
Okay. So, you know, Kathy, you have her contact information, or?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you spoke with this Kathy?
Yes.
So, yeah, as far as like maybe having a couple of selectmen meet with our tax collector and dig more into this and see what could be done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Are there any more public comments?
Yes. I'd like to speak about the Route 25, Tenny Mountain Highway corridor. Part of this planning board meeting was to discuss issues of transportation, road, and sidewalk interface. And a problem I think the town's having now, the planning board, Board of Selectmen, is the state's 10-year, 20-year plan to upgrade and do something with Tenny Mountain. And the town's working with an unknown. I've been part of the planning process for the last 35 years, and it's now, I think, the 2020 plan or 2025 plan for the upgrade of Tenny Mountain Highway. But we're at a point now of saturation of vehicles and people that we really need to know what the state has got on the docket for the town of Plymouth as far as their plan for Tenny Mountain, because it's unfair for the town, the Board of Selectmen, or the Planning Board to try to coordinate with applicants to comply with configurations of roads and sidewalks when we don't know. It's not fair to the town administrator, it's not fair to you. And of course, it's not fair to the applicant. So we're getting saturated with attractions out there, and we don't have an orderly plan of the upgrade that is necessary for Tenny Mountain Highway. And I think the Board of Selectmen should query the Department of Transportation as to what is their plan, and indicate that due to new applicants that are coming online, and the fact that right now, traffic-wise, when a light stops at Highland Street, traffic backs up past Dunkin' Donuts. So the state needs to take a serious hard look. We've studied it. So whatever elements that they had planned, I think we need to imply that we need to see something back so that the boards can act reasonably to facilitate applicants. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Frank. Were you,
Yeah, your staff is in communication with the Department of Transportation from the state about all those issues. The state's working on it. The project isn't at that point yet where the state will come out and put on the table exactly what their plans are. The only one that they're putting out there right now is we're re-asphalting the 25 corridor from exit 26 to, at least right now, Yetton Road. As part of that, but that's the only part that they're releasing so far. But they are looking into curb cuts and other things like that.
yeah, as Frank pointed out, the traffic is like pretty absurd. And, you know, at least a study on traffic, and, you know, traffic control study might be kind of like,
And that's what they're planning on doing.
yeah. And he's got a good point as far as like other projects that are coming down the pike that planning board has to deal with, and maybe another light, you know, and
Sidewalks.
sidewalks, yep.
Can't
Tunnel-
take a
tunnels.
left-hand turn anywhere out on Tenny Mountain Highway.
Well,
So-
thanks, Frank.
Got some high school students.
And we do have several visitors that may be coming from a civics class, perhaps?
Oh, yes, Mr. O'Blake's his class, yeah.
Did you need to come forward, or you want to tell us where you're from? Oh, you're from PRHS, and, yeah, who's the teacher?
Mr. O'Blake.
Oh, okay.
Mr. LeBlanc.
And they probably need a signature.
Yeah, yeah, and,
Do you want to approach the board and grab a signature?
actually, that'd be great, yeah.
Look who's the popular one.
We all knew that, Brian.
That's fun.
Of course, this might not be proof that they were actually here. They could have gotten it from you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, they're all former students. Except
Not me, I'm
now
from
you're Camp
Romney.
Romney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'll do yours then.
If you want to, that'd be awesome.
I'm going to do yours.
200 points for a signature?
Yeah, it's a.
Today's date, 22nd. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Bolton.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You guys need to interview too?
Yeah, at some point, so, it could be any of you, but we can do it, it doesn't have to be tonight, it can be another time, so whatever's easiest.
Okay, that'd be good. Maybe, yeah, maybe you can call the town to,
Well, Mr. Bolton, when are you at the Democrat office? Because I used to see you a lot down there.
oh, yeah. All the friggin' time. I mean, all the, I'll see you down there.
All right, sounds good.
You guys can email me, Pemmy Baker, if you want.
And I'm at the office also, Saturday and Sunday.
I shouldn't say anything. Never mind. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, very good. What else? No, where's my, so therefore, yeah. Unfortunately, we have to go into a non-public session, so is there a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A:3, Roman numeral 2, A through I?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're now in non-public.